Mabuhay Manila! This is Aishadal from ManilaShaker.com. Lots of flagship killers back in the days are becoming premium in price. This is the best way for Realme to enter in the flagship market using their Realme X3 Superzoom. The specs are amazing, but to call it a flagship is a bit uncertain. It doesn't have any IP rating, it doesn't have an AMOLED display, so why is this phone being called as flagship? Well, it's true that it lacks some features, but the essentials or eye-catching specs are here. 120Hz, periscope lens, last year's flagship SoC, fast charging, and amazing camera features. For us, this is more of a flagship killer, but by observation, it's hard to make a flagship killer phone this year, as we got expensive flagship SoC with 5G capability currently competing in the market, and this will cause a price increase on the device. The bright side, Realme made a cheaper but flagship phone feel, equipped with the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and this is the Realme X3 Superzoom review. Like all phones that are glossy and Hermes looking, the design of the Realme X3 Superzoom is something. A silky smooth, less fingerprint magnet with a touch of blue gradient feel, then orange and green holographic reflecting lines. The feeling is different. When you hold the phone, it feels cold and slippery. It feels like you have to take good care of this phone. I mean, for the price of 24,990 pesos, this phone has the best value for money, at least for me. Last unboxing video of this super smooth phone, we said that the design on the back looked like Wonder Woman's lasso of truth. And the truth is, I thought it was plastic, but then we tried to scratch the surface and it turns out it has Gorilla Glass. The impressive thought was it is glass, but they made it look less reflective. It is glossy, but the surface is not prone to fingerprints. The camera module is also something. It has periscope telephoto lens, giving you super zoom up to 60 times, and it has a 3D curved glass back for a comfortable grip. Now around the frame, it has a power key that doubles as a fingerprint scanner, volume rockers on the left, and underneath are the speakers, USB Type-C port, microphone, SIM tray, but sadly there is no expandable storage and headphone jack. Lastly, on top is a secondary noise cancelling microphone. Switching to the front, we will see a pill-shaped cutout, and the second lens is an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. In this new normal, we can take wider group selfies while having social distancing. Opening the screen, it offers a 6.6-inch Full HD Plus equipped with a 120Hz refresh rate, and with the protection of Gorilla Glass 5, it offers contentment. The display is something different in its price range. It offers 120Hz smooth scrolling, pleasing to the eye. It has an IPS LCD panel. The question is, what do you get on an IPS screen? For the preferences, if you want to be productive and you want to produce something with your phone, viewing it in an IPS screen is reliable as it has a color accurate display. And besides, IPS LCD will take better endurance in straight gaming. The Realme X3 Superzoom has a sharp display, great contrast, but the brightness is a bit dimmed outdoor. The camera is something. It has a 64-megapixel main shooter with an aperture of f1.8 backed by Samsung GW1 camera sensor, 8-megapixel periscope telephoto lens, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and 2-megapixel macro. The main cam shoots a nice and high dynamic range, and the colors are vibrant. We get somehow natural colors sometimes in the normal photo mode, but it will likely process vivid colors. Shadow parts are a bit grainy, but the overall picture is sharp and detailed. There are many ways to capture low light and nighttime scenes. First is the normal mode. It is not efficient in low light, it is underexposed. But shooting in night mode, we get a brighter image, but the whole picture is soft. Next is shooting in tripod mode. We get a sharp image, but the overall picture is grainy. Then we get an extra feature here called Starry mode and Pro mode. Starry mode shoots a 5 minutes long exposure shot in the night skies and gives you a nice picture of stars. The same in Pro mode. The difference between the use of Starry Night is the stars has no paths. It was optimized to capture the stars even we are moving along with the Earth. This photo is still nighttime, but by getting into Pro mode, we get a brighter image at night. It was like daylight shot, and this is really an impressive feature. Shooting indoors, we got a vivid color and the white balance was slightly in warmer tone. Now switching to periscope lens, it has the same color reproduction as the main cam, and the decent quality pictures we can get is up to 10x zoom. 5x is the perfect quality on this lens, but still 10x zoom is decent. We like the zoom quality of the Realme X3 Superzoom. One of the best things on this phone is the ability to switch lenses seamlessly. It has autofocus and it makes the viewfinder stable to capture sharp images. Now let's go ultra wide. The photos seem a bit overexposed, but the details still preserved. It does have a bit of chromatic aberration, but it is barely unnoticeable while looking at the picture as a whole. It also has a hard contrast, but turning on HDR will lift deep shadows up. Last is the macro lens. It's not that impressive, but we still get decent macro shots. It doesn't offer autofocus on the macro lens, so you only need to manual focus by moving the phone near the subject. Switching to the front camera, the 32-megapixel main selfie cam with Sony IMX616 capture great photos, but we get more of a pinkish skin tone. It has decent sharpness and the background separation is accurate. It also has sharp edges when shooting portrait shots. Switching to the ultra-wide selfie, it tends to be overexposed and the skin differs from the main selfie cam, but the overall image is acceptable as it is wide and captures a decent contrast as well. Enabling video mode. The best thing about video recording is you can shoot 4K at 60 frames, which for us is an impressive versatile feature. It offers different shooting modes with an EIS and the colors are almost true to life. It also have a great contrast as well. Now shooting video and selfie cam, it also offers EIS, although the dynamic range is not that impressive, whether we get a blown up sky or an underexposed subject. But the amazing thing is that you can record stable video clips using the main cam and the ultra wide with the help of UIS. Perfect for vlogging. Now heading to its performance, it is equipped with a Snapdragon 855 Plus 7nm chipset with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage. This is the only configuration available in the Philippines. The chip is ready for 5G connection, but it doesn't have an integrated X50 modem. The Realme X3 Superzoom is currently running on Android 10.0 with Realme UI on top. Smooth scrolling, seamless animation, clean and simple skin that is close to stock Android. The Realme X3 Superzoom offers many features including dual Wi-Fi that allows the device to connect to two Wi-Fi networks at once. It will speed up internet connection and it supports watching Netflix, YouTube, and more social media platforms. Fingerprint scanner, which is fast and reliable, split screen, smart sidebar, and more. We've tried a few games, and in Cyber Hunter we thought it has 90 FPS mode, but it turns out it only offers max 60 frames. But the graphics and stability are okay at 60 FPS, it is stable and stutter free. In PUBG Mobile, by default, we have HD plus high settings, and we can enable HDR plus extreme frame rates as well. All settings are smooth at least 58 to 64 FPS on extreme frame rates with 100% stability. Streaming on this device is hassle-free thanks to the large RAM configuration. And about the heat anticipation, Realme said it has a liquid cooling system, a built-in vapor cooling chamber to ensure the phone stays cool during intensive gaming. For the battery endurance test, we tested its 4200 mAh battery and here are the results. As for charging, the 30-watt Dart charger is pretty fast. What advertised is true, we fully charged the phone from 0 to 100% in just 57 minutes. The audio on the device is good. It has decent bassy sound but we don't get stereo speakers. This is something that most flagships have. Although the sound is loud and crisp and it doesn't get distorted in max volume, it also has Dolby Atmos software. Overall, in terms of price, it has rivals that also offer some flagship specs, but considering the price point, even though it doesn't offer some flagship standard, it offers the most reliable ones. And again, by this price point, it has impressive specs and will get you flagship experience. Smooth display, powerful chipset, Lots of camera features including EIS at 4K 60 frames and offers liquid cooling for heat management. It captures our needs, comfortability, and feel. Satisfaction is still acceptable. This is the Realme X3 Superzoom, a phone that has something incredible and affordable. This ends our review. We hope you guys love the content. Consider subscribing to our channel. Help us reach 100k subs. Right now we are currently reaching 90,000 subs. Thank you for all the supports. If you have some questions, we're happy to help. So comment down your impression and thoughts about this device. Also, don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Aishadel from Manila Shaker. Mabuhay, Manila!